www.cisecurity.org to sign the National Cyber Pledge and find out what you can do to protect yourself in cyberspace. This is a public service announcement brought to you by the Center for Internet Security and this radio station.
Duty, freedom, country, family. They're the values that make America strong and what our armed forces are fighting to defend. While many talk about these ideals, without action, they are just empty words. If you think America's military families deserve more, log on to ThanksUSA.org. It's a great way to thank our troops and give military families the gift of education. ThanksUSA.org. Scholarships for America's military families. You can make a difference.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. The statewide eviction and mortgage foreclosure moratorium is over, but you still have an option. The CDC put out an order that provides federal eviction relief. The order expires on December 31st. To find more information and a link to a statement form to fill out, head to the Wink News app. Lee Health is stopping merit-based pay increases for healthcare workers. The hospital system says it lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, and they're making temporary changes to offset the financial hurdles. A man wanted for crimes he's committed in Puerto Rico found in Collier County. Luis Ortiz Rodriguez is accused of killing a man on the island 2 years ago. Thanks to a tip, FDLE agents were able to find him and arrest him. Lee County deputies arrested James Lee Sinatus for a deadly shooting in Lehigh Acres. Investigators say he killed a man along Irene Avenue South and 23rd Street Southwest back in June. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Sinatus goes by Demon and he was arrested in Miami. He now faces second-degree murder charges. The Marco Island and Naples Police Department have seen an uptick in job applicants lately. That's different from many parts of the country where protests and calls for police reform have prevented agencies from bringing in new recruits. Naples police say our beaches and our way of life down here are still pretty big draws. FGCU says it's thinking about changing its spring semester schedule. That could mean spring break is canceled. This comes after FSU announced it's canceling their spring break and they'll instead end their semester a week earlier. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A disabled vehicle in Collier County on 951 and Naples Lakes Boulevard. No major backups here, just a little tap on your brakes. There is westbound congestion building on Immokalee Road heading towards I-75 as that morning rush is underway. Southbound congestion as well, just a touch on I-75 heading south of Corkscrew Road. Lots of cars heading south towards Bonita Beach Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a few spotty showers are possible across parts of the area, but widespread rain not expected. Much cooler, drier, at least compared to average, with highs reaching the mid-80s. Lower humidity temporarily for you Friday, but still could see a few areas of rain. Temperatures in the lower to middle 80s, and then scattered showers and storms possible as we hit the weekend and all the way into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
It's open enrollment season, and MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that saves most families about $500 a month. Google MediShare and see if it's a fit for you.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
It's a scam by the Democrats.
Trump versus Biden, round one, is set for Tuesday.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden, round one, only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Do you ever wonder if you could be getting more from your Medicare plan? For years, I paid too much for Medicare without receiving many of the benefits I have now. eHealth changed that by helping me shop and compare plans in my area to find the one that fits my needs. They made it possible for me to get more benefits for less money, which helped me save extra cash each month. Don't miss out on all the extras you could possibly have, such as dental care, eyeglasses, home-delivered meals, hearing aids, and so much more. Contact eHealth, an independent insurance agency, to see if they can do the same for you. Whether you're already on Medicare or it's your first time, get the professional help you need. Call eHealth for a free no-obligation plan review at 1-800-319-1899. Call today, 1-800-319-1899, to speak with a licensed insurance agent.
Calls are connected to eHealth Insurance Services, a licensed insurance agency offering plans for many insurance companies. This ad solicits insurance prospects for eHealth. eHealth has no Medicare or any other government agency affiliation. Benefits and coverage not available in all areas.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live each and every day on YouTube. Hopefully you're watching on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, and you'll know exactly when we are live, because if you subscribe to the channel, like I hope that you do, because that's what's going to help to keep us going, you'll also get an alert. It'll say ding, or I don't know what it does. Is it ding, or it says hello, or it'd be weird if it kind of spoke to you. But yeah, you'll notice that we are live, and then you can watch, you can listen, whatever is convenient for you. I'm good either way. So would love to hear from you this morning, 239-479-5592 on a couple of different items. The first one is, I'm looking at Wink News right now, and I see that there is a story that they have. Polls show Florida's senior support of Trump in flux. President's campaign not worried. Says there's a new Quinnipiac University poll that says that Trump's losing his grip on seniors. But then there's another CBS News poll that says he has a handle on it. So which one is it? I don't know. Maybe I just ask you, if you are a senior, to call and to let me know. Are you in flux right now with the president and your support for the president? We know seniors typically. It's funny. We know typically that seniors are the ones that support conservative values. That support conservatives, because they have the life experience to know what kind of disaster liberal socialist policies are anywhere that it is on display around the globe. And with their life experience, they know better. You know, it's kind of, what's that old saying? You start off life as a liberal and a socialist and until you start to live your life, and then you realize, what was I thinking? And then everything else for you is on display when it comes to the economy and how it works, and jobs and how that works, and your money and your finances and how that works, and taxes and how that works, and all the money that all of a sudden has to come from you. And then you realize, hey, hold on a second, my life experience is a little different now. Now, has it gone that way in particular every single year, all the time? Well, I don't know. You tell me your thoughts. If you're a senior and you would like to chime in on this, 239-479-5592. I would love to hear from you this morning and your thoughts on that. And it is interesting how we are being told that there is waning support for the president. Oh, seniors, we're not sure about this. Oh, those that were supporting the president before, we're not sure about this. Oh, boy, that debate yesterday, that debate was a disaster for the president in so many different ways, and all the people who are quick to describe why. The president will not disavow white supremacists. How many times does this president have to do it before the media will accept the fact that he's done it over and over and over again? The answer is that the media will not, because they see an opportunity to, again, bring to their viewers, their listeners, their subscribers, their version of red meat. Follow me on this, because there are, and we got to change the call screen there, Jake. There are those that will look at the debate and see disaster in front of the president. Opportunity missed. I hated the debate. I didn't like his style. I didn't like what the president did. And man, I'm worried now. But there are some that are not looking at it the right way. And Dan Bongino yesterday brought up something that I have to describe to you because I wonder if many people are missing the fact that the president won big and that there is a strategy in what happened at the debate. And we're missing it. We're missing it. Like, I'm looking at the text line right now. I'm a senior, I believe only in President Trump. If you're under 35 and conservative, you have no heart. If you're over 35 and liberal, you have no brain. Okay, there you go. The president was ambushed by Chris Wallace. What if I were to tell you that according to Dan Bongino and something that he brought up yesterday, and I wish I had the audio. I thought I had the audio when he was on Fox News yesterday, but I'll just describe for you what it is that he said. And I talked to him yesterday and just said, man, you nailed this. I think you're onto something. You got it. And it's this. For far too long, and typically this is the way it is, you go after your base. President says things that will appeal to the base. Joe Biden will say things that appeal to the base. You want to have your base out. But at the same time, you also want to have independence. You want to have the independent vote. And that's where the election swings. How many times have you been told, everybody? How many times have you been told that it's all about the independents? It's all about the undecided. It's all about those who just are not sure right now. And that's how this election's going to swing, because it's just too close to call. Well, what if it's quite different? What if it is the fact that there is no one that's undecided? Everybody knows where they're going. The numbers of undecideds or independents, and the independents, they know where they're going. The undecideds, most of them know. The number of undecideds is small, tiny, compared to what you need to grab from your base. And so what Dan was explaining was that, you say Americans are like 40% for the president, 40% for Biden, 20% are up for grabs. And so you're thinking, all right, well, let's make sure those undecided, let's say they are 20%, you want to get as many of those people as you possibly can. Most candidates try to get half of their supporters to the polls and hope for 51% of the independents. But what about this? What if the president is thinking a little different? What if the president is like, listen, instead of trying to get a little portion of the undecideds, what if we are going to make sure that we get 100% of our base? Like, this is a base election. We've got to get the base out. And so when you watched the debate you know what you witnessed. You witnessed the president giving the base everything, the fire, going after it, not allowing Chris Wallace to step on him, not allowing Joe Biden to say things and go off on a tangent and let him say something that is a flat out lie against the president. And then Chris Wallace go, all right, we got to move on. Don't have time, Mr. President. Sorry. And he went after it. And the base loves that. He said things about the former vice president, went after it. And by the way, I see your calls, 239-479-5592. Keep those calls coming. I'll get to them in just a second. Don't go anywhere. So what happened is the president gave the base what they wanted, and then some. Solid. They're passionate. The base wants to go out and vote for the president. What did Joe Biden do? Joe Biden confused the base. Joe Biden caused trouble in the debate for his base. I'll give you one example of many times that Joe Biden lost portions of the base of the Democrat Party, lost portions of the quote-unquote moderates, even the undecideds. How? I'll give you one example. Here's one perfect one from the debate, Joe Biden.
The Green New Deal and the idea of what your environmental changes will do.
The Green New Deal will pay for itself as we move forward. We're not going to build plants that, in fact, are great polluting plants.
So do you support the Green New Deal?
Pardon me?
You support?
No, I don't support the Green New Deal.
You don't? Oh, well, that's a big statement.
Do you see what happened just in that one single moment? Joe Biden lost two constituents, two supporters, two members of the base. If you listen to the first part of that about the Green New Deal, Joe Biden says,
the Green New Deal will pay for itself as we move forward. We're not going to build plants that, in fact, are great polluting plants.
We're not going to build any plants that are great polluting plants. So if you are somebody who is thinking about Joe Biden and you're in places like, I don't know, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, different areas of the country, and you're thinking, whoa, hold on a second. This is where I get my livelihood. You're telling me that starting day one? You're telling me that we're not going to build anymore, that my support system is going to go away? What am I going to do? Now, you might say, well, Drew, come on, that's not a big deal because they'll adapt or they'll be able to still continue their job that they're in right now. Nothing's going to change for them. Really? Joe Biden's against fracking. You know how Joe Biden feels. You know how the party feels about energy and climate change and the Green New Deal. So you've just abandoned them. And then at the end, he says, do you support?
Pardon me?
You support?
No, I don't support the Green New Deal.
No, I don't support the Green New Deal. You've just abandoned the left. So now let's say, and here's another thing. AOC came out quick and said, well, hold on a second. She tweeted right after the debate. No, listen, about the Green New Deal. Joe Biden's right. What he said is it's not the Green New Deal. It's that we've got this new deal that we made between Joe Biden and those that were supporters of the Green New Deal. No, we're crafting a new one. Don't get excited. It's okay. Everything's fine. Why would she do that? She did that because she knows that those that have been marching and screaming and, rioting, if you want to go there, and everything else about the Green New Deal heard Joe Biden say, yeah, I'm not for it. It may be the only thing they hear. I'm out. 25 years old, 30 years old, 35. I'm out. Are you kidding me? Joe Biden now is saying he's not for the Green New Deal. He just lost a portion. And it goes back to what Dan Bongino said, and he made such an excellent point. This is a base election. So Donald Trump gave the supporters of the president everything that they wanted in the debate. Gave the base everything. Passionate. Going to go out and support him. Not going to waver. They're in. And even if they didn't like the performance, they're still not voting for Joe Biden. They're coming. They're there. What did Joe Biden give them? And if you lose a portion of your base. Do you know how many undecideds you're going to have to get in order to make that difference up? If 100% of the base comes out to vote for Donald Trump. And then some. And that's what they're banking on. All right, Moose is in Cape Coral. Hey, buddy.
Morning, Drew. I believe the saying you were looking for earlier, I just read it again last week, is if you're in your 20s and you're not a liberal, you don't have a heart. And by the time you're in your 40s, if you're not a conservative, then you do not have a brain.
Yeah, somebody tweeted that. Yeah. What do you think about that, Moose?
I think it's absolutely true. The other night, the debate, I didn't call in yesterday, was phenomenal. It was awesome. I waited 20 years to see a Republican grow a pair, and it was great. He did everything that I wanted, expected, and should have done.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fantastic.
And I think you're making Dan Bongino's point right there, Moose, which is you heard everything you wanted. And just the audio that I played from Joe Biden shows you that he's going to lose portions of his base. He can't afford to.
Yeah. Absolutely, and my brother, who's an attorney up in Michigan, who is pretty politically astute, we talked about weeks prior, and he said if he beats up on him too much, then he might get some of the sympathetic vote.
Yeah.
Which so I thought it was fantastic. You can critique Trump on how he is, but he's a New Yorker. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and you're 100%. So is Bongino. Correctamundo.
Correctamundo, and thank you for using those words. I love correctamundo. All right, Allison's on Fort Myers Beach. Allison, you are a senior?
Well, yeah, I don't consider myself one because I'm only 63, and that's the new 50 or 43, you know.
I don't know. Is that true? Have we established Jake is smiling a little bit? You got to turn your light on so people can see your smiling face. Jake is smiling a little bit. What, Jake, is that, have you heard that for many, many years, Jake? You've heard that like 60 is a new 40 and 70 is a new 30, and Jake is still trying to figure out, his arms are folded. He's like, wait, hold on a second now. Which one is it? What do we have here? Have we established this, Allison? What is the new number? Like if you're 70, that's the new what?
Well, that would probably be the new 50.
70 is the new 50. All right.
Yeah, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
Is that more gentlemen in their 30s and 40s are more interested in me than my counterparts are, because they're looking for that age too. But the guys that are in the 30s and 40s are the ones who come up and talk to me and want to get to know me.
What kind of music are we going to be playing? Okay, easy. It's too early for that. All right. So as a senior there, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
My thought is finally we have somebody who speaks what we've been saying and yelling at the TV for so many years, and have wanted our politicians to not just stand there and take it when the other side dishes it out. And suddenly we have somebody who actually turns around and verbally, pushes them back, and they look like deers in the headlight there. Oh my God, what's he doing? He's not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think that in the debate, when Wallace goes and hits him with that, well, what about the KKK? He said, sure. And Wallace jumped over it. And if you listen to listen to it again, he's saying, sure, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough. Yeah,
he said that.
Yeah, and for the media, that's not enough. It's not enough to say sure. It's not. They want the president to have to say it over and over and over again to make it look like he's not saying it at all, and he needs to continue to say it and not asking anything about Joe Biden. Stay there. Hold on a second there, Allison. We got to go to break. I see Mike and George there who want to chime in as well. We'll get to your calls coming up because we had Hogan Gidley, who is the national press secretary for the GOP. Is that right? I'm sorry. Forgive me if I get Hogan's title wrong. But he was on the program just a couple of days ago. He was on CNN yesterday, and to everyone's point and what they've been hearing, just laid it out. Just laid out the narrative that CNN and others have been trying to push about the president and refusing. Right, he's the national press secretary for the Trump campaign, excuse me. And wait till you hear the audio of him going after CNN. with the headline, President Trump refuses to condemn white supremacists. You're kidding, right? Wait till you hear what he said. Oh, it was awesome. Some would say delicious. All right, all you seniors, come on. We're told in this Wink News poll here, a Quinnipiac poll. This story comes from Wink. We're told Quinnipiac is saying that losing a grip on seniors in the state. CBS News, though, saying he has a handle on the state. You're in the state. Let me hear from you. 239-479-5592. All right. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash at mile marker 120 traveling southbound on I-75. This is just to the south of Corkscrew heading towards Bonita Beach Road. We know this is a very heavily used part of the interstate, and it is slowing traffic. So if you want the faster option, 3 Oaks or 41 southbound. Also, traffic slowing on McGregor Boulevard heading towards the Sanibel Causeway. Davis Road, north and southbound slowdowns between Iona and McGregor Road. And in downtown Fort Myers, pretty much up to speed other than a delay building slightly on Edison heading west towards Fowler. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, temperatures still a notch below average in the mid-80s. Clouds and sunshine with the chance for some hit-or-miss spotty showers, especially this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Starting today, tens of thousands of airline workers may be told to stay home because Congress has yet to pass a new COVID relief bill. American Airlines and United Airlines say they'll start furloughing at least 32,000 employees. Forget the face scans on Google's Pixel phone. The company abandoned the scanner just 1 year after introducing it. The U.S. blocks all palm oil shipments from a major producer.
Good morning. Good to see everybody here. It is, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. All right. So I just wanted to say hi to everybody who's watching on YouTube and watching on Facebook. Let's see. So good morning to all of you, and wanted to get to some of your comments. Trying to see, how does that look? All right, that's fine. All right, Jeff wanted to say good morning, and let's see. I got to get rid of this for a second. Here, let's do this. Okay. Jeff, let me start again. I'm going to take that out so we can see. All right, Jeff said, Quinnipiac University in Connecticut is in Hamden, just up the road from Yale. That should tell you something about the poll. Yeah, Quinnipiac has been a little liberal in their polling, and we know about that. I think I'm trying to think of who the best polling organization is. It Trafalgar? Trafalgar was the only polling company that actually nailed it in 2016 when everybody said Hillary, because, it's easy to say Hillary when you're going to steal it. Did I say that? Yeah, I think that was the only one. So, all right, Lady Catherine, good morning. Good to see you there. Let's see. My mother here, this is KMM 4193 on YouTube. My mother's a senior community, half support and half don't. And the half that don't, are liberals that don't have a clue what's really going on. Yeah, they're probably just liberals that have, for some reason, I would assume that if you're in a senior community and you're a liberal, then you still think that the Democrat Party is JFK's Democrat Party, or even Bill Clinton's Democrat Party, which it's not. All right. And Lady Catherine also said that heard Bongino after the debate praised Wright. I got to find that audio. I'll do it. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday about that and just was like, man, talk about spot on. All right, Laura says she's an young informed senior, been there and done that, Trump 2020. So I'm just trying to find the seniors here, trying to find the left-leaning seniors that are all about it. Travis said, well said, never thought of it that way. Trump gassed up his base, and whatever is Biden's base, he kind of confused it. Yeah. I think it's a brilliant point. This is a base election. It's not about the undecideds. It's not about the independents. Everybody has already figured out where they're going. So, yeah. All right. So, Unknown Big said you have to vote for Biden to find out what you're going to get. That's how Dems think. So, little Pelosi thing. You got to find out. I can't tell you what I'm about until you vote for me. Come on. It's funny that that's how Democrats think, right? nobody has ever said about a Republican. I mean, I don't even want to say Republican. I guess you can use Republican. Like, I'm not always on the Republican Party side, so don't get me wrong. But you've never heard a Republican make the suggestion that, hey, listen, just when you vote for me, I'll let you know who I am. Doesn't happen, right? So Richard said, so how many times do you have to vote to become a senior voter? On Facebook. How many times do you have to vote to become a senior voter? I guess I meant a senior citizen, not a senior voter, but that's a good question. Confusing question. I confused myself. Gary just wanted to say hi. Hi, Gary. All right. Okay. Jessica says, I guess I have no heart. That's better than no brain. I guess I have no heart. That's better than no brain. Okay. So, because you're a conservative. Is that it? Or is it the opposite way? The geek publican. We need more young voters. Yeah. Oh, that would be nice. Look, who is it? Breitbart talking about politics are downstream from culture, right? Whatever the culture is and however the culture speaks and talks, ultimately that's where our politics will lie, and that's why we are where we are. And if you're a young voter, what is it about? Maybe that's another question to put out there today. If you're somebody who's not a senior citizen, that's a great point that you're putting in my head here, geek publican. If you are a younger voter, if you're not a senior citizen, then what is it about the Democrat Party to you that's appealing? And dare I say, everything that they will say is what the culture tells them today. Because in and of itself, I can't imagine that the liberal policies. All right, I'm having a show off the air with you guys. Cool. All right. Here's Richard coming back. My dad was 90 years old before he understood the Democrats were screwing him. It took me 40 years of preaching at him. Yeah, so he was 90, and he's 90 years old, and think about all the years that he put in voting for liberal policies. Pete says Dad's almost 90 and scared to death of Trump, but he doesn't have cable TV and only watches, mainstream media. So he doesn't see anything. All he sees is the negatives. Yeah. Yep, that's the problem. All right. And Jessica also said, unfortunately, they force liberal views down college students. So it's true. I think everything is going to be free. But is that what it is for young people who are voting Democrat? Is it because they want free stuff? Is that all it is? Or are they led to believe that the only way that they will get the things that they want and value and that society tells them they need to value only comes from the left? For example, as a conservative, not a Republican, as a conservative, I can tell you that as far as my love for others as a Christian goes well beyond politics. And I disagree with a lot of people and a lot of lifestyles and a lot of things out there in the culture politically, but I don't love them as a human being any less. I wouldn't want to see horrible things happen to them. I wouldn't want to see anything negative happen to them. I would just hope and pray that they might change their mind on their political philosophies, because what they're doing is being exclusionary, not being inclusive at all. And so there's that. All right, there's a lot of folks commenting on our Twitter and Facebook page. Twitter? Did I say Twitter? YouTube and Facebook page. Sorry. All right, we're going to go back to radio. When we come back, we'll have more of this discussion. And hey, if any of you want to call too, we'd love to have you call in.
Antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Colby with your Colby Cooling Tip of the Day. You hear AC technicians with all kinds of fancy titles in advertising like comfort specialist, energy maintenance technician, comfort advisors, blah, blah, blah. So what's that all mean? It's simply a catchphrase for salesman who isn't an air conditioning mechanic. Real mechanics have real NATE certifications. And if your company doesn't employ NATE certified mechanics, you're getting a sales tech at your house for service. A NATE certified mechanic has been to real air conditioning school and is tested for competency. So you know that your mechanic actually knows how to fix your air conditioner and not just sell you stuff. It's easy to spot the difference. Just ask for their NATE ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Comey Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Comey, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Svetlana Kogan, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on Fifth Avenue South. Almost 2 decades of clinical experience in New York taught me a lot about doctoring. My philosophy is that less medication is better. I prescribe healthy lifestyle, good food, and exercise to heal and prevent most of the health concerns. I teach my patients how to use herbs, vitamins, and supplements properly, and spend a great deal of time with each of my patients empowering them with mind-body balancing steps to prevent illness and avoid hospitalization. If you're looking for an experienced doctor who is knowledgeable in holistic approach to health, check out my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn how becoming a part of my patient family can make you healthy and joyful again.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Galliana Kia in Fort Myers will get you out of your scary old car and into a 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease for just $49 per month. Yes, $49 a month for a new car. We've got to sell so many new Kias, it's scary. So we've slashed our prices to the bone. New 2020 Kia Rio LX, just $13,990. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Is your credit dreadful? Galliana Kia isn't afraid of your bad credit. 2020 Kia Rio, $13,990. New Kia Fortes, $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24 month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at selling plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee, 0 security deposit with lender approval, expires month.
It's your friend Sean Hannity here. You know, investing in real estate around this great country is something that I take very seriously. Now, I can tell you there are a lot of agents or national companies. They look good on paper or make big incentives or may even offer to work for less money. But one thing I've learned over the years is details in real estate mean serious dollars. Now, I have seen firsthand the importance of working with and trusting the advice of an agent who truly has their hand on the pulse of the local market, that actually live in the market and have proven track records of making sellers money in that city through good markets and challenging markets. There's only one agent I trust, and I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams, Naples. Look, the only thing more expensive than hiring an expert is hiring an amateur. Don't trust your home to just anyone. Now, I've done the homework. Talk to the agent that I trust for the best advice. Call Denny Grimes about his guarantees today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
Sunday, the NFL plays on Wink TV. The biggest games are on CBS, and the best place to watch, Wink TV. Sunday at 1, the 0-3 Chargers come to Florida to take on Tom Brady and the 2-1 Bucs at 1. Then, New England without Tom Brady travel to KC hoping to tackle the defending Super Bowl champs. Sunday, the NFL on CBS is on Wink TV.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Oh, God, I can't stop doing these. This is crippling my life. Okay, here we go. Brown, white, blue, and yellow. Okay, that's green. So green with a bit of brown. There's a lot of blue. So a deeper green. Oh, a deeper green with a brown. It's got to be a shade of forest green. It's got to be forest green. It's just, how dark of a forest green? And I've searched for ages and I reckon this one. Oh, God, please. I just need to get one right. I've gotten so many just so badly wrong. I just need this win, please. Oh, I did it.
Do you know what that is, Jake? You actually know what I just played?
Yes, just by the audio.
Now, listen, I am not telling you that as a society we are doomed. I'm just telling you as a globe, like worldwide. I'm not saying the country's doomed. I'm just saying we are in a lot of trouble globally. And this is the biggest problem that we have to fight, this scourge. I think that's the right word. Go. What was that?
It's the custom paint that you get at like the, paint stores or whatever.
Right.
And the guy tries to guess the paint color.
There's a guy on TikTok, of course, China owned. So there we go with that. Okay. So and then all these people. Listen, I had to throw in the China owned TikTok because there's so many people on it, and they're like, "Oh, this is so much fun to watch all these videos." There are kids that all they do is TikTok, watching TikTok videos all day long. That's the only thing that they do, and that is, I guess, a guy on TikTok who is making money, racking up hits. People watching him trying to guess as Home Depot is mixing the paint colors, what the color is that it's going to become. And people are making this person money because they're watching him watch paint being mixed.
You didn't hear about the guy who made thousands of dollars riding a skateboard, drinking juice, listening to Fleetwood Mac?
239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube every day. Live, you can watch. We appreciate that. A couple of programming notes. One is in 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That's number one. Number two, please join us tomorrow. We are going to do our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance once again right after the show. And it's very simple to join us. All you have to do is text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592, and we'll send you a link so that you can join us. We can see your face. You can see us. We'll do the pledge. It's real quick, and it's at 9 o'clock we do it, but there are going to be some special surprises as people will be joining us, and you'll see coming up tomorrow, 9 a.m., our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. Will you join us together? A patriotic support for the country, and, of course, those that have kept us safe and continue to do that, and all of the men and women who serve. And we love our veterans. We love those who are serving the country, and we love you, quite honestly. So text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. Be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance tomorrow. Yeah, when it comes to the paint and everything else, I just think it's funny that there are certain paint colors in the home now that I hear my wife talking to others, and she said, "Oh, we have a mindful gray in the house," and they're like, "Oh, mindful gray, that's awful. You should do a different shade, and you should do Happy Poppy color scheme number 3 from." It's what? How do you know this? How does everybody know this? And we're getting to a point where you can name paint color chip names, and people are like, "Oh, I love hopscotch puppy." What? What's hopscotch puppy? How do you even know that shade?
If I had to guess, it'd be like a golden brown.
I made up hopscotch puppy. It just came off the top of my head. Is that strange? Is that a little odd? I don't know. Todd's in Naples. Todd, is that odd that I made up the color hopscotch puppy and Jake knew that what it could possibly be?
I think Jake should go on TikTok and guess colors. I think it would be phenomenal.
No, please don't encourage him. It's bad. It's hard enough to get him here in the morning. Please don't do that. Yeah. All right. Todd, you wanted to weigh in on conservatives and the silent majority.
Yeah,
what do you think?
First time caller. I'm knocking on the senior door, 59 years old, and I, voted for Trump for exactly what he did the other night. He is the voice. He's, as they say, the silent majority. I've been quiet a long time and an ex-Democrat from California, and I voted for him to speak out and raise voices like he does, like the Democrats have always done. We needed somebody who stands up there and does not take anything from anybody, and he's doing his job. He's doing a great job.
Yeah. Well, Todd, listen, I appreciate the call there in Naples. Thank you. First time. Call anytime you'd like, 239-479-5592. 2 things Todd's talking about. One is on Wink News, I saw this. Polls show Florida senior support for Trump in flux. Is it in flux, really? I mean, if you're a senior in Southwest Florida, Are you in flux right now? Like you're not sure whether or not you want to vote for the president or not? What, based on the debate? We made the case that Dan Bongino was making yesterday that, listen, this is a base election. It's not about undecideds because pretty much everybody's decided. And there are very few people that are undecided right now. And I think Trump is betting on that if you get 100% of the base out, you're going to win this election. And that's what he did in the debate. And I brought this up before as well, how if you really want to go down the Trump is racist line, if you really want to go the president will not denounce white supremacy, which is exactly what the media did after the debates yesterday, because they had to find that one thing that they can target, and they believe they have something here. Even though if you go to the interwebs, it lives forever, everybody. You can see the many, 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 many times that he has denounced white supremacy, KKK, anybody that you would like to describe, we'll just put it out there and I'll play that audio. But Hogan Gidley, who is the Trump National Press Secretary, who's been on this program, he's on just the other day. He was on CNN talking about this. Because they brought this topic up. Really, we want to talk to you, Hogan. What about this? The president who refuses to condemn white supremacists, which is a joke, and I can prove it in a minute. But Hogan's like, hold on a second. Do you really want to go there?
He said sure 3 times. He has done it in the past multiple times. I don't know how many ways you want him to say it and how many times you want him to say it. Do you have any idea, John, what an exalted cyclops of the KKK is? Because Joe Biden sure does. He spoke at a funeral for one and praised him profusely. Any idea who George Wallace is? Joe Biden sure does.
Yeah.
He thanked the person who gave him the award for George
Hogan.
Wallace's name. Any idea what a racial jungle is? It's what
Hogan.
Joe Biden doesn't want his kids to grow up in. Joe Biden's record on race is absolutely disgusting.
And the host is like, Hogan, you got to stop telling the truth. We got to shut him down. Shut his mic. And Hogan's right. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Let's see. Let's go to George. George is in Naples. Wanted to comment on the debate. And go ahead, George, your thoughts?
Yes, sir. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
One thing I noticed from the debate last night on at least 2 occasions, Biden had to be steered back on track because he started answering other questions. And when Wallace said, no, I asked you about this. And then he got back on track. That happened at least twice, maybe 3 times. And that's not being talked about a whole lot.
Well, I think that, in hindsight, George, we're probably getting, and thanks for the call, I appreciate it, we're starting to get, as we've re-examined now this debate, we're starting to get a lot of insight of the things that did actually happen where Chris Wallace was like, hold on, Joe, let me throw you a lifeline. And there were a few occasions like that. All right, so we need some more seniors. Hugh is in Ave Maria. Hugh wanted to comment on the debate. Is that right? Is it Hugh?
Yes, Drew, you're correct.
Hugh, are you a senior citizen, Hugh? Are you getting close to being one, or are you just
Close.
Close, okay.
Yeah. But I wanted to point out, so as I said to your call straight out.
Yeah.
Something that a lot of us are missing, and that was that it was Sleepy Joe who drew first blood in interrupting the president.
Yeah.
On a rewind of that debate, you notice that he was interrupting the president at least 3 times.
Yep.
And then when President Trump went after him with interrupting him, everybody was saying, oh, he kept on interrupting him. And then his boy, Chris Wallace, was trying to bail him out.
Yep.
After no.
Yeah.
I thought the president did really well. And as far as I'm concerned, he blew it out of the water. And President Trump was good all the way. And that's exactly what we want him to do.
Yeah.
Get back at the man and bring those points clear.
Yeah, Hugh, isn't it amazing, Hugh, how when you have an opportunity to not make snap judgments, but you have an opportunity to review the tape, as it were. If you're a fan of the NFL, the point of the review of the play is to say, hey, that snap judgment may not be the right call. We've got to review the play. And just like in the NFL, you do the same thing when it comes to debates. It's like, hold on, I'm not going to make a snap judgment here. I'm going to review the tape. And when you review the tape, Hugh, you nailed it. You're exactly right. You review the tape and you see right out of the chute, it was Joe Biden who was jumping all over Trump.
Yes. Yes,
Yep.
yes, he
No,
was.
that's a great point, Hugh. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call, Hugh. Got a lot of calls here coming in. And feel free to call anytime you want. 239-479-5592. Mark Sinistero, he wanted to weigh in on the green new mess that's coming our way if Joe Biden becomes president of the United States. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Mark Sinistero and he likes the idea of a Green New Deal. Is that right, Mark?
No, absolutely not. Of course not. I wouldn't be listening to the station if I was, probably.
Okay.
My concern about the Green New Deal gaffe, listening to the debate live in the chaos of everything, trying to, digest what I was hearing, I have to admit, I just barely picked up on the fact that Biden contradicted himself.
Yeah.
It was almost like, wait, did he just contradict himself?
Yeah.
It was. I just barely picked up on it. My concern is that the vast majority of Biden's base, they may or may not be astute enough or sharp enough to even pick up on the fact that he did contradict himself, and that they may not even really know what the Green New Deal is anyways. A vast majority of those people.
Right. So no, and I will, and I agree with you to a point. But let me make this suggestion, because I see where you're going with this, and you're right. The media, if you live in a soundbite world and you only concentrate on the mainstream media, then you're getting fed the information that you need and that you want as a Biden supporter, because that's what they do. The media and liberals and Democrats are all one and the same. We get that, but even if you look at the suggestion yesterday that the numbers for the debate on the networks was down bigly, as some might say. I mean, the numbers were way down. And the question is, and some people are saying, well, why is that? Are you saying that there's no passion for the debate? And others are saying, no, you're not taking streaming into account. And I might make the suggestion, Mark, that those that might throw their hands up and go, you got to be kidding me, Joe Biden says he's not for the Green New Deal, could type Biden Green New Deal into social media, or maybe even look at their feed and have others going, we're in trouble, guys. Joe Biden just said he's not for the Green New Deal. And the same way that the media would throw sound bites in the traditional sense, now that is being flipped, and now it is actually social media that's giving these individuals that clip where where they are the base and saying, oh, great. So now we're in a position, and thanks for the call, Mark, I appreciate it. Now we're in a position where what do we do? I don't know. Your thoughts, 239-479-5592. I love the calls. I love that everybody is calling in. I'd love for you to call right now, because we're going to play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and we do this each and every day at this time, 6:50 and 7:50. So let's have a little bit of fun with you. 239-479-5592. We'll play Drew's College. Caller number 3. That sounds good. Up next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, here's Sabrina Katz with traffic.
The crash on 75 is now causing 3 miles of backups on the interstate heading south of Corkscrew to Bonita. I-75, not a place to be. US 41 or 3 Oaks, great options. Now, if you're heading out of Lehigh, that Daniels extension starting to slow down, heading westbound to Gateway for about a half mile. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, temperatures still a notch below average in the mid-80s. Clouds and sunshine with the chance for some hit-or-miss spotty showers, especially this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. One of the most jarring moments of first presidential debate between Trump and plugs came during their exchange on the riots in blue cities across the country. Now, Biden declared that the violent radical left-wing group Antifa is an idea, not an organization. He half-quoted testimony from the FBI Director Christopher Wray that Antifa was more of a movement or ideology than an organization. Now, what he forgot to mention Biden forgetting, it's common, is that the FBI director also testified that Antifa is a real thing that is coalescing regionally into small groups and is among the most violent anarchist extremists under FBI investigation. Now, for anybody who follows the news, there's no debate. Antifa cells have been perpetrating violence and vandalism for years. Self-identified Antifa members committed arson and destroyed property at the Trump inauguration. Portland, Oregon has been under siege by Antifa for months. Now, aside from the nightly riots and arson, they've even tried to set fire to police stations with cops and other people inside. For years, Antifa has been causing violent chaos in Portland and also in Seattle. The main question isn't whether Antifa is an organization or an idea. The only important question is why Democrat mayors and governors have put up with Antifa and haven't called for the federal help they need to crush these violent anti-American extremists. And we know why. Athletes nationwide talking about the relief they're getting from Level Select CBD sports creams and roll-ons from Cadenwood, the leader in CBD. Baseball legend Steve Garvey, with a National League record 1,207 consecutive games, uses Level Select CBD daily. He swears by it. Countless other athletes, including former quarterback Carson Palmer, PGA champion Ricky Fowler, find Level Select CBD helps keep them in the game. It works for them. It can work for you, too. Level Select CBD has a full line of products to choose from, all independently tested, made in the USA with 0% THC. Go to LevelSelectCBD.com. Use the promo code CBD30 for 30% off any of their CBD products. That's LevelSelectCBD.com and the promo code CBD30.
Not available in Idaho, Iowa, and South Dakota.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News, the conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core-Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core-Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core-Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here, but you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155. And don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor, at Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mike out on the Cape. Hello, Michael.
Good gravy, bad lion, Biden, and a who ya to ya, Drew.
A who ya to ya. All right, that's a new one. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Mike, tell me the rights that are declared in the Declaration of Independence. There's 3 of them. What are they? In the Declaration of Independence, those rights are...
Only in America, bub. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That is correct, sir. Jake's playing along with you, so that's cool. I'm watching his face. All right, it's an associate's degree for you. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. How many justices right now are on the Supreme Court?
Well, we have 8 out of 9.
That is correct, sir. That's a little trick question. Jake was like, oh. Okay.
I know.
I see what you did there. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. The reason why we have 50 stars on the United States flag is...
For the 57 states in America. No, the 50 states of America.
I see what you did there. A little Barack Obama, a little fun for you there. All right. I got it. All right, so here's your PhD question. Which two presidents squared off in the first televised presidential debate in 1960?
Well, this is where 5 o'clock shadow became famous. That would be between Richard Milhouse Nixon and John Kennedy.
That is correct, sir. Look at you, and a little trivia thrown in there as well. All right, well, congratulations to you there, sir. You got yourself a PhD. I need you to hang tight. Stay right there, Michael on the Cape. Also, appreciate everyone for texting the letters USA right now so that I can send you a link so you can be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance, where you click on the link, and then we can see you through the computer, and there we are together doing the pledge unified after the show tomorrow, 9 a.m., right after the show. We flip the cameras from YouTube to Zoom, and looking forward to seeing you there. Text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592.
92.5 Fox News.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, almost 3 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free total inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free total inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free total inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1331790.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. The statewide eviction and mortgage foreclosure moratorium is over, but you still have an option. The CDC put out an order that provides federal eviction relief. The order expires on December 31st. To find more information and a link to a statement form to fill out, head to the Wink News app. Lee Health is stopping merit-based pay increases for healthcare workers. The hospital system says it lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, and they're making temporary changes to offset the financial hurdles. A man wanted for crimes he has committed in Puerto Rico found in Collier County. Luis Ortiz Rodriguez is accused of killing a man on the island 2 years ago. Thanks to a tip, FDLE agents were able to find him and arrest him. Lee County deputies arrested James Lee Sinatus for a deadly shooting in Lehigh Acres. Investigators say he killed a man along Irene Avenue South and 23rd Street Southwest back in June. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Sinatus goes by Demon, and he was arrested in Miami. He now faces second-degree murder charges. The Marco Island and Naples Police Department have seen an uptick in job applicants lately. That's different from many parts of the country where protests and calls for police reform have prevented agencies from bringing in new recruits. Naples police say our beaches and our way of life down here are still pretty big draws. FGCU says it's thinking about changing its spring semester schedule. That could mean spring break is canceled. This comes after FSU announced it's canceling their spring break and they'll instead end their semester a week earlier. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
The crash on 75 is now causing 3 miles of backups on the interstate heading south of Corkscrew to Bonita. I-75, not a place to be. US 41 or 3 Oaks, great options. Now, if you're heading out of Lehigh, that Daniels extension starting to slow down, heading westbound to Gateway for about a half mile. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a few spotty showers are possible across parts of the area, but widespread rain not expected. Much cooler, drier, at least compared to average, with highs reaching the mid-80s. Lower humidity temporarily for you Friday, but still could see a few areas of rain. Temperatures in the lower to middle-80s, and then scattered showers and storms possible as we hit the weekend and all the way into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com. Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. You know, I come from a long line of builders. In fact, I can still remember my first day on the job, working for my dad. I thought because I was the boss's son that I would start out in the construction trailer, looking over plans all day. Well, to my surprise, he handed me a shovel and he said, start digging. And that's exactly what I did. He made me learn every aspect of the building process by doing it. So if that's the kind of builder that you're looking for, look no further than Big Island Builders. BigIslandBuilders.com.
Hi, this is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. I just want to take the opportunity to thank all of the wonderful employees that make up the Big Island Builders team. I constantly get calls from our customers with positive feedback. When I started this company years ago, I dreamed of assembling a team of professionals that would radically change the home building process. People that look you in the eyes, tell you the truth, and have passion about what they do. That is the Big Island team. Visit us at BigIslandBuilders.com.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Do you ever wonder if you could be getting more from your Medicare plan? For years, I paid too much for Medicare without receiving many of the benefits I have now. eHealth changed that by helping me shop and compare plans in my area to find the one that fits my needs. They made it possible for me to get more benefits for less money, which helped me save extra cash each month. Don't miss out on all the extras you could possibly have, such as dental care, eyeglasses, home-delivered meals, hearing aids, and so much more. Contact eHealth, an independent insurance agency, to see if they can do the same for you. Whether you're already on Medicare or it's your first time, get the professional help you need. Call eHealth for a free no-obligation plan review at 1-800-319-1899. Call today, 1-800-319-1899, to speak with a licensed insurance agent.
Calls are connected to eHealth Insurance Services, a licensed insurance agency offering plans from many insurance companies. This ad solicits insurance prospects for eHealth. eHealth has no Medicare or any other government agency affiliation. Benefits and coverage not available in all areas.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. Drew Steele Radio. Steele, of course, with 3 E's. Please subscribe. Please text the letters USA right now as well to 239-479-5592. Our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance on Zoom every Friday right after the show, 9 a.m. We'd love for you to join us. You can watch. You could take part in it. Well, I hope you would take part in it. That's why you would be there, to do the pledge with us. You know, because how the Democrats do it and how Joe Biden, is trying to figure out the truth over facts.
We choose truth over facts.
And what is and is not the right way to say the pledge. And so I just decided that each and every Friday we'll end the program in the week with our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. So just text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. All right, there's a lot going on this morning, as you can imagine, all kinds of nonsense that is happening with the media right now. I just walked out of the newsroom and was looking at this story. I guess it was CBS News and their headline, and the president who has to now fight back against. Why is it? What's the problem with the president? Why can't the president denounce white supremacy? That's the headline, the lead story on CBS's This Morning, and I'm sure every other program that's out there today, as if the president hasn't done this. There's something called the interwebs. Al Gore, your favorite person, Democrats. Al Gore, one of your favorite climate hoaxers out there. Al Gore, who invented the internet. Thank goodness for Al Gore. Sorry, I had to go there. If you go to the interwebs, you'll see it for yourself. Time after time after time that the president has done this. But somehow now, it's almost like it's brand new news. Are we really going to do this? Ali Pardo joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. She's the Trump 2020 Deputy Communications Director. Ali, it's in your job description, Ali. As somebody who is a communicator, you direct communications. How do we do this? How do we get liberals in this country and Democrats to stop with the communicating lies and all of this about?
We're saying it. They're just not listening. And there's nothing we can do about that. They're being stubborn. They're listening and hearing what they want to hear. But you're exactly right. The president's been crystal clear, and he's delivered for the communities all across the country, whether it's the black community with the Platinum Plan he released last week and criminal justice reform, or the tax cuts and trade deals that are putting more jobs in our communities. He's delivered, and Joe Biden really hasn't or doesn't have much to lean on when it comes to his record.
Yeah, and I think that's something maybe it's what Democrats know right now. Maybe they know that you have someone who in the debate said something up to the effect of, I'm all for the Green New Deal. Are you for the Green New Deal? No, I'm not for the Green New Deal. As a matter of fact, well, which one are you, Joe Biden? We've got all of that audio that's out there. But I want to ask you this, Ali, because I think this is something that's important. You know, we talk about it here in the state, in Florida, in the southern portion of Florida. And, you know, we're hearing a lot about this idea that here in the state, Quinnipiac is saying, "Oh, the senior vote is wavering," and some even undecideds in the debate focus group were deciding that they're not even going to be part of it. That undecideds aren't even going to be looked at in this election cycle. I wonder whether or not, even when it comes to the Latino community, Hispanics in Florida, and how they are going to vote, what we are seeing. Don't be surprised if what the media is telling you about how maybe they're going to stay home or they're not out in force for the president. They might be surprised on Election Day.
Well, as a Cuban girl from Miami,
yeah,
I can tell you that when I was home the other day, people were pretty excited for the president. My family and look, I know it's always a sample size, but is more engaged, more interested in getting this president reelected. When we go down there, the Hispanic roundtables and events that we have for the president are just so electric. So many people coming out. I mean, there's a real difference between the president's agenda and looking at someone like Joe Biden, who is just like the Trojan horse candidate for the Democrats and for the radical left. And the thing is in South Florida, you have Cubans and Venezuelans who've all seen this happen before. Right. They've seen riots in their streets. They've seen weak candidates being the lead person for a radical left socialist party that ends up taking over. So, I mean, I think people are really, really energized because the idea that we could possibly go down that path after they fled countries, beautiful countries that did, I think is really going to get them out. Now, when it comes to seniors, the president is protecting Medicare, Social Security. He has delivered lower prescription drug prices. These are all real results that he's delivered. Mm-hmm. And Joe Biden just really wants to, unfortunately, our tax cut, like you said, the Green New Deal. What's that going to do to their retirement plans, to their benefits, to Social Security? It's going to bankrupt it. So I think people just need to take a step back, look at the two records, and then make a decision. When they do that, and that's what people do when they go to the polls, when they do that, the president, I think, is going to get elected pretty handily. Yeah.
And let me ask you this before we go, Allie, who's joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Allie Pardo is Trump 2020 Deputy Comms Director. And it's this. Are you one generation removed from your family leaving Cuba? Are you two? And the reason why I ask is this, because I had the discussion with my audience this morning about, we kind of half joked about the senior vote in the state of Florida and how we don't see it here. I think those polls might be a little, I don't know, maybe stretching the truth. Maybe it's not all there. You know, you might ask Hillary Clinton what she thinks about polls, but I digress. What I want to know is, when it comes to, are you concerned that there are those that are growing up right now in this country whose family members are so removed from that, from the history that they've lived through coming to this country, before they came to this country, that young people don't hear that anymore. They don't experience that. They don't. It's not tangible to them because they're still not talking about it. Or are the community still communicating that?
I think that. That's a very good point, and that's something that's debated a lot in the community. Yeah, both my parents are immigrants, so obviously for me, both my parents being Cuban immigrants, it's something I hear a lot. Right. But I think that you're right. I mean, I think it may be second or third generation is not hearing those same experiences of how their parents fled. Yeah. But at the same time, Venezuela is very, very fresh in people's minds. Yeah. And I think it's really reignited the reality of those situations and of that story to a lot of people in South Florida. And I think that's been part of what's really gotten people so energized, is because we're seeing this right now in another country, same thing, getting worse and worse. And so I think that is part of what's really opened people's eyes a little bit. Yeah. And I hope also the fact that we have a candidate who's actually running on a socialist platform, just like we had a Democrat governor candidate 2 years ago who was actually running on a Democrat socialist platform. I think they weren't doing that before. I don't think you had Democrats running as socialists, 4, 6, 8 years ago. I think the fact that they're fully embracing that term and that record and that policy agenda, I think is also what's making it a much bigger issue in places like South Florida.
Yeah. Well, listen, Allie, I appreciate a few minutes of your time. I love how on your Twitter account it says amateur northerner. I like that.
I'm not. Thank you. I'm not gonna claim the. As a Florida girl, I'm not going to ever claim.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I love that. I love seeing that. All right, Allie Pardo joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
Thanks
Hey, listen, all the best. We'll see you soon. All right, there she goes. 239-479-5592. Yeah, by the way, just in case anybody is wondering, it kind of freaked people out when Frank Luntz, who was flabbergasted, Frank Luntz, who, the poll guru, the guy who everybody always goes to find out more about what's going on after the debate, and they do these polls and they find out all these numbers, and Frank Luntz is like, we're almost done with the debate, and the consensus is Trump dominated and turned off undecided voters in the process. Like undecided voters, like, yeah, I don't even want to say either way what I'm thinking. Okay, well, also something to be reminded of that when places like Telemundo decided that they were going to do their own snap poll there on their network as they were showing the debates, Trump 66% to Biden 34%. But we're told that the Hispanic community all across the globe despises the president, and that even after the debates, I don't know, maybe they might think differently. And I bring that up because of what we talked about before. And I mentioned this earlier about Dan Bongino and how he made an incredible point yesterday, which is, what if this isn't the traditional election cycle? What if it really is about getting out the base? And if 100% of Trump supporters get out and vote because they are passionate and in the debate they saw exactly what they wanted to see, how is that going to compare to those in the Biden camp and those Democrats who heard Joe Biden say he's not for the Green New Deal? And if you're somebody who has been jumping up and down about how awesome the Green New Deal is, and now you heard Joe Biden's like, no, I'm not for it, you're like, I'm out. And what if there's 10, 20% of the base that doesn't come out to support Biden, and he can't get more than half of the undecideds? Then what? It's an interesting prospect. All right, let's go to break right now. 239-479-5592. Once again, encouraging you to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. We're there. You will get our link to the Zoom Pledge of Allegiance that we're having tomorrow after the program. We do it each and every Friday, 9 a.m. As soon as the show is over, I switch the camera from YouTube, Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe. And we switch it right over to Zoom, and we do the pledge together. We are so thankful and grateful that you would join us as well. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, here's Sabrina Katz with traffic.
The crash on 75 is now causing 3 miles of backups on the interstate heading south of Corkscrew to Bonita. I-75, not a place to be. US 41 or 3 Oaks, great options. Now, if you're heading out of Lehigh, that Daniels extension starting to slow down, heading westbound to Gateway for about a half mile. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, temperatures still a notch below average in the mid-80s. Clouds and sunshine with the chance for some hit or miss spotty showers, especially this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
Drew Steele, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
People often ask me, how did you grow my shower door so big and so fast? But the answer is, we didn't. What we did is we took our family business, we hired great talent, trained our staff, and developed our product. Now, after 17 years, My Shower Door has 8 frameless shower door showrooms, with our newest in Cape Coral. If you're looking for a frameless shower door company that you can trust and research, and you want to see more, go to myshowerdoor.com.
Serving Southwest Florida since 1977. To learn more and schedule an appointment, visit firstclassairconditioning.com.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Heroes nowadays can be anyone. And no, they don't have to fly, or have X-ray vision, or superhuman strength. See, in Naples, our heroes wear masks. They practice physical distancing. They wash their hands regularly. NCH Healthcare System and the City of Naples are counting on you to be a hero and wear a mask. Because in Naples, all heroes wear masks.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter finds the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists.
And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
If you're curious about who may be out there but don't want to jump into anything right away, then take a fun step and just take a look at Our Time. Our Time is the #1 dating site for singles over 50. It's easy to use and can help you find a partner to share in a new activity you've been wanting to try. Take a walk or just meet someone new. Check it out. Start for free today. Go to ourtime.com. That's ourtime.com. Start for free at ourtime.com.
Now is the time to get countertops at Rock Solid. Why Rock Solid? How about Rock Solid's unbelievable prices? Full slabs of quartz from $599, granite $499, and remnants as low as $150. Rock Solid's vast selection of the finest stone from around the world. Rock Solid's award-winning customer service and installation in about a week. Want the best new countertops for your kitchen? The choice is simple. Rock Solid.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Is this right? Okay, so a couple of stories I'm keeping an eye on. The News Press has this story. Employees at more Southwest Florida grocery stores test positive for the coronavirus, but new cases may be slowing. Hey, how many are testing positive? Can we hear the actual number? How many people are being hospitalized? Is it really crucial and awful and horrible? And do we have a lot of people that are ending up in our hospitals? How are we doing with that? Can we identify that? Can we even identify the number to which it will be acceptable that we can comfortably say, that it's okay to get out and about and open up businesses fully across the country, schools that, am I right about this, Jake? I just want to double check. Did I hear this right? Because I didn't look it up online. I just was listening just quickly. Did I hear Wink News report top of the hour, bottom of the hour that FGCU has canceled spring break?
I think they're saying it may be, but it looks like it will be.
Okay. How do you do that? It's October. How do you start thinking about why are we and the reason why I say this is, well, the schools have to be responsible, right? I mean, these are students that are super spreaders. I mean, it's really we've been in school for a little while now, and I'm still looking for the hospital bed overflows and of course, the true numbers, which are the 99.997% under 19 years of age, that the deaths, as horrible as they are, let me preface by saying that, the survival rate there is 99.997% under the age of 19, and I think it's 99.994% for those up to age 50. So I'm trying to understand, what is the magic number where you as a university, where you as a business, where you as somebody who is still kind of holding up your family. I'm not talking about the elderly who are the vulnerable. We know about this virus now. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, if you're FGCU, what's going to make you make the decision to say, all right, everything seems to be okay? Like, what's the magic number? Because we know that COVID is most likely going to be like the flu in that it's going to stick around. It's not going to go completely away. We'll have a little bit of ebbs and flows here and there, but is there a magic number? Somebody help me and tell me what that magic number looks like, where we say everything's okay now.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
True relief for back and neck pain. Here at Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, we focus on back and neck related conditions like stenosis, sciatica, neuropathy, and bulging discs that can cause weakness, numbness, or pain. Being an innovator in non-surgical techniques, I have developed unique and extremely effective spinal decompression protocols for overcoming these chronic and debilitating conditions that don't involve any medications or surgery. This 3-step VAX-D spinal decompression approach uses a patented computerized table that decompresses the spine to gently remove pressure off pinched nerves and increase blood circulation to the area. For young or old, and so comfortable that most patients almost fall asleep while on the table. No hanging upside down. With this award-winning technology, back and neck pain can be a thing of the past. We always offer a no-obligation consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, you confused about real estate? Sean Hannity here, and I can tell you as an active real estate investor, well, just like the stock market, it can go up one day and down the next. Home values and sales, they fluctuate on a dime. Now, even though I've bought and sold homes for years all across this great country, one thing I will always do is partner with a sharp real estate agent that truly studies local and national market trends, that knows the real value of homes, and most importantly, knows how to generate demand regardless of the market. And the good news is you have a truly amazing agent right in your backyard. I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams Naples. He has an amazing team working for him, and he doesn't miss a single detail. Now, his system is so bulletproof, well, he can create demand and sell your home at a deadline that you agree to, or he will buy it himself. Now, real estate doesn't have to be frustrating or scary. Call Denny Grimes today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
Slider man, slider man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new, Slider man. This is our mission, to put your sliding glass door back in top condition. Slider man, we make your patio door slide like new, Slider man.
Call Slider Man toll free, 866-594-1969.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The chaos of that first presidential debate Tuesday could lead to more firsts.
The Commission on Presidential Debates says there will be some changes ahead as we prepare for the next 2 presidential debates. They want to see fewer interruptions and a more controlled environment.
Fox's Doug Luzader, the commission putting out a statement reading after that debate. It's clear
that additional structure should be added in the format of the remaining debates to ensure a more orderly discussion of the issues. The next big debate will be the vice presidential matchup next week in Utah.
The White House says the president signed a spending bill to keep the government open till December 11th, and Seagram's heiress Claire Bronfman starting her first full day of her more than 6-year-long sentence for her role as in a sex slave cult. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. The statewide eviction and mortgage foreclosure moratorium is over, but you still have an option. The CDC put out an order that provides federal eviction relief. The order expires on December 31st. To find more information and a link to a statement form to fill out, head to the Wink News app. Lee Health is stopping merit-based pay increases for healthcare workers. The hospital system says it lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, and they're making temporary changes to offset the financial hurdles. A man wanted for crimes he's committed in Puerto Rico found in Collier County. Luis Ortiz Rodriguez is accused of killing a man on the island 2 years ago. Thanks to a tip, FDLE agents were able to find him and arrest him. Lee County deputies arrested James Lee Sinaitis for a deadly shooting in Lehigh Acres. Investigators say he killed a man along Irene Avenue South and 23rd Street Southwest back in June. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Sinaitis goes by Demon, and he was arrested in Miami. He now faces second-degree murder charges. The Marco Island and Naples Police Department have seen an uptick in job applicants lately. That's different from many parts of the country where protests and calls for police reform have prevented agencies from bringing in new recruits. Naples police say our beaches and our way of life down here are still pretty big draws. FGCU says it's thinking about changing its spring semester schedule. That could mean spring break is canceled. This comes after FSU announced it's canceling their spring break and they'll instead end their semester a week earlier. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic backed up to 5 miles if you're heading southbound on I-75. Avoid the interstate starting at Corkscrew Road. Stick to 41 or 3 Oaks. You don't want to be stuck in this morning, guys. Also, congestion in Collier on Immokalee Road, east and west between 951 and Logan. This is near Gulf Coast High School. Normal slowdowns as well on Airport Pulling heading north of Vanderbilt towards Immokalee Road. So if you're heading northbound, Goodlet Frank, as well as US 41, great northbound options. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a few spotty showers are possible across parts of the area, but widespread rain not expected. Much cooler, drier, at least compared to average, with highs reaching the mid-80s. Lower humidity temporarily for you Friday, but still could see a few areas of rain. Temperatures in the lower to middle 80s, and then scattered showers and storms possible as we hit the weekend and all the way into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Galliana Kia in Fort Myers will get you out of your scary old car and into a 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease for just $49 per month. Yes, $49 a month for a new car. We've got to sell so many new Kias, it's scary. So we've slashed our prices to the bone. New 2020 Kia Rio LX, just $13,990. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Is your credit dreadful? Galliana Kia isn't afraid of your bad credit. 2020 Kia Rio, $13,990. New Kia Fortes, $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24 month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 US Sunny plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee, 0 security deposit with lender approval, expires month 5.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. If your air conditioner could call somebody to help them when they really needed service, they'd call Kobe Cooling. Your air conditioner knows that for real air conditioning service, you need a real NATE certified mechanic. And Kobe Cooling stands alone as having the only 100% 100% NATE certified mechanic team in Southwest Florida. Why did we spend the time and money for this training? Well, we did it for you. We want you to have the best trained and best certified mechanic at your home to handle your needs. It's not required in Florida, but at Comey Cooling, it's mandatory. So call the best air conditioning company in Southwest Florida, as voted year after year in the news press polls. Call 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Comey Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Comey, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live each and every day. On YouTube, you can watch. We appreciate you subscribing. That helps to keep it going at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. You just type that into the search bar there in YouTube. Please subscribe while you're there. Facebook, YouTube, that's what keeps us going. Coming up at 7:50, as we do each and every day, Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. So that's coming up. We'll have a little bit of fun. Plus, love to hear from you and get your calls. I am told, according to a Wink News on their website, polls show Florida senior support for Trump in flux. I don't know. If you're a senior, would you call? I would love to know. Are you in flux? I'd really like to know that. I'm wondering who here in Southwest Florida is in flux, even after the debate. Are you in flux because of the debate? Maybe we can have a conversation about that. Again, if you're a senior and you're in flux, or if you're not, I'd just love to hear from you. 239-479-5592. We'll get to your calls coming up. I was sad to hear that after 11 years, the Southwest Florida Military Museum and Library is going to close its doors. And I'm wondering what's next. It can't be the end. And CEO Ralph Santillo is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News because I really want to talk about the Military Museum and maybe what is coming up. Ralph, good morning. It's Drew. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Drew. Obviously, I've had better mornings, but I appreciate you getting me on the air today. Thank you.
Yeah, Ralph, we've had great years together there at the museum, and I want you to describe, first of all, for those who did not have a chance to stop by the museum, or maybe to remind people who did, and some of the things that you were able to accomplish there. It's not just the fact that you have all of these artifacts and living history right there, an opportunity for families to visit. But talk about the years and what you do and what you've been able to do there in the museum.
Well, I'm very proud of what we've accomplished. And unfortunately, we'll probably never see something like we created over this past 11 years. A lot of you realize, your listeners realize, we started with a small 1,300 square foot storefront where we invited veterans to come in and that needed assistance, needed help through our Veterans Foundation. And through that, by having veterans come in there, they started bringing in their artifacts, and we became a museum, the Southwest Florida Military Museum. We grew to this building that we're in now to be the largest military museum in all of Southwest Florida. We serve hundreds of veterans every month that come in for assistance through our foundation. We take care of their problems with their housing, food, jobs, whatever their needs are that the VA can't handle. But we became a melting pot for veterans of every age to have a place that they felt comfortable coming in. And we provided a lunch on Tuesday that started out with 5 Korean War veterans. And before the virus hit us, we would average 125 to 150 veterans and their wives or caregivers to come in every Tuesday for a lunch. It became something that just was an awesome day. Veterans from World War II, while they were still with us, right up to the current conflict, just felt comfortable coming in and feeling the camaraderie and being able to sit around with their peers and actually discuss some of the things they never discussed with their families. It was like a Tuesday family that we created. I don't know if we'll ever be able to do anything like that again. It just grew because the veterans and the folks that came in to support us just felt comfortable coming in and having a place to come. That just meant a lot to them. It's saddening that we had to close, but we fought the battle as long as we could. I don't think we lost the war, but we lost the battle.
Yeah.
So
I wanted you to communicate, and I'm so glad that you did, how for those on the outside who looked at this as a building with artifacts, military artifacts there, it was more. And I wanted people to know that and be able to communicate that when you went to the museum and all the things that you were able to do for our veterans, it was more than that. And it's bigger than that. And maybe we didn't, and I would take some of this on, that I wish we would have communicated that more, because these are our heroes. These are the individuals that are the true heroes that we should be looking up to, that had the opportunity to spend time together and to talk, like you said. And I've talked to so many veterans about that very issue, that to have someone to talk to communicate with, that understands, that gets it, what that means. That is not a building. That's not the artifacts and the displays in the building. That is the heart. That is a soul. That is more than just the four walls. And what do we do now, Ralph? What do we do for those individuals that you were helping before? And I mean, is there an opportunity possibly in the future for some place for us to reinvent, if you will, to have another place to go? Or have you talked to people? Have you thought about that at all? Where will they go?
Well, Drew, it's always when we decided that we had to close, it's been on our mind. Where do we go from here? What happens to these literally thousands of veterans, not hundreds, thousands of veterans that came to rely on us and have a place, that they could feel that was their own. So we've been looking. Of course, we're very close to a lot of the veterans organizations like the American Legions around, and the VFW, the AMVETS, and so on, DAV. We're looking for another location that's smaller, obviously, that we can handle easier, that we can handle the veterans that come in. We're looking in Cape Coral. We're looking in Fort Myers. We've already reached out to a number of the organizations that I mentioned to be able to put satellite displays up. But the displays are not the main thing here. It's the idea of having a place that these guys and gals can come in and just feel like it's part of them.
Yes.
We had our last luncheon this past Tuesday. We were able to bring in about 65 of our veterans. Some of them were coming to us when we first opened up in 2009. And I realized that Tuesday was about the 550th Tuesday luncheon that we had since we opened up. We had tears. We had hugs. We had, I can't even tell you. I get chills when I think about it. I look at some of the empty chairs and realize that we've probably had 100 veterans that have come through our doors over the years that have passed away now. And then I looked out and was reminded I had two veterans that were World War II, Korean, and Vietnam veterans that were all in the same wars, the same situation, the same companies, and just met at our place for the first time 60, 70 years later. You can't buy that kind of stuff, Drew, and it's heartbreaking for us, but we never quit. Veterans never quit. You know that.
Yep.
We're going to live on to another day. We'll find a place. There's somebody out there with a building that would like to continue what we started.
Yeah.
We've had some offers that we're looking into. One of the major things we want to do to keep our name out there is years ago we had a great traveling museum with a bus.
The bus. Yeah.
Donated to us, and when that died, unfortunately, we had to shoot it and put it out of its misery. But we're looking for another bus. That was a wonderful thing. We took it to schools. We took it to events.
Yeah.
We had it in our parades. And those are also the things that I like to remind folks that we've done for the city. We created a parade for Memorial Day. We put a banner program together with banners for veterans on Cape Coral Parkway.
Yep.
Instrumental in getting the city of Cape Coral named as a Purple Heart City when Mayor Marney was in office. So we've done a lot for the community and a lot for the city, and we'll never stop doing that.
Yeah.
Drew, that's been our mission for my mission especially, for over 12 years, and what else would I do?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Ralph, by the way, we're talking about the Southwest Florida Military Museum and Library that is closing its doors, and CEO Ralph Santillo is joining us. And before we go, Ralph, how can Southwest Florida help you right now? How do we get in touch with you? What can we do to help to move some of these things forward? What can we do?
Well, the main thing is it's wonderful since people found out that we were really not kidding and we were in trouble here. We've had some magnificent offers, people that want to help, moving companies, people that want to donate money to us to help us with a bus, people that just want to be part of what we've done and what we're about to become. So you can get on our website. That's still active, SWS Southwest Florida, SWFLMM.org. Call me on my cell phone, 239-910-5699. We're looking for a location. We'd love to have a friendly landlord that would help us. We're desperate to get a location, especially for our Veterans Foundation.
Yep.
We have dozens of veterans that come in every week that rely on us. So a good landlord, always looking for money. We're not going to shut, that down. We have to continue, and with money we can solve a lot of problems, and with help.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, Ralph. Well, listen, we'll continue to talk to you and talk about this, and hopefully we'll have some other plan in place soon. And if you go to SWFLMM.org, right there is the website. That's the Southwest Florida Military Museum and Library. There's a website, SWFLMM.org, and you can get more information there on how you can help. And Ralph, we certainly will stay in touch. We love and appreciate you, my friend, and all the best. We'll speak soon, okay?
I appreciate your support over all these years, Drew, and thank you very much.
All right, my friend. We'll see you soon. To me, it's just I wanted to make sure people realize that you think four walls and you think living history around you, and all the things that are in the museum, but never forget that there are still veterans that were coming into the building that were looking and needed support and need each other and a place to be together, and how important that is. And let's not forget this, everybody, as well, as we get ready to go to Drew's College of Political Knowledge coming up in just a second and taking your calls. Let's not forget this. As these heroes leave us. There are legacies that are left behind, but they only stand strong for as long as you're willing to continue to remember and talk about it. And you want to know how we have the disintegration of the constitutional republic and the country that we love, and is when we start to lose heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice, were willing to make that ultimate sacrifice. And we lose the ability to hear from them, to teach, to learn to see the history itself. If that goes away, then what is left afterwards starts to leave as well. And that's something I just wanted to communicate this morning. All right, let's do it right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. For questions on politics, the more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. We'll switch gears a little bit. We'd love to hear from you. 239-479-5592. Let's do that now. Caller number 3, Jake. Third caller at 239-479-5592. Let's do it now. The Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
I-75 is still backed up for 5 miles heading southbound from a crash at mile marker 120. This is south of Corkscrew to Bonita Beach Road. 41 or 3 Oaks, definitely quicker options. And traffic slowing coming out of Lehigh Acres on that Daniels extension heading towards the interstate for almost about a mile. And same deal on Colonial Boulevard heading towards I-75 from Lehigh. A little faster option if you take MLK Boulevard to the interstate. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, temperatures still a notch below average in the mid-80s. Clouds and sunshine with the chance for some hit or miss spotty showers, especially this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Don't miss Straight Talk with Doc Morris every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. He'll answer all your medical questions.
Does marijuana work? Absolutely. We're helping over 4,000 patients now in this marijuana program, and we can help you too with multiple diagnoses. Get your appointment scheduled today. We can help.
For more information, go to morrismedicalcenter.com. That's morrismedicalcenter.com. And catch Doc Morris on his show this Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here. But you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155. And don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor, at Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class.
It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to David. David's in Naples. Hello there, David.
Hey, Drew. How you doing?
Hey, good buddy. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you were in a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now.
Okay.
David, can you tell me the 2 parts of the United States Congress? They are?
The Senate and the House of Representatives.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's to see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who was the president of the United States in the year 1975? Oh,
that'd be Gerald Ford.
that is correct, sir. All right. Look at Jake's like, I had no idea. You got a bachelor's degree. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. How many Supreme Court justices do we have right now?
Right now, at this moment, 8.
That is, that's correct. So you don't have to go any further. It was a kind of a half-trick question, but it really wasn't tricky because you got it.
Oh, I was going to editorialize. But
Yeah, you don't have to do that. I'm fine with that. Jake gets crazy when you do that. And let's do this for your PhD question. Which American president was the first to have a phone on his desk in the White House? Was it Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, or Thomas Jefferson?
Woodrow Wilson.
No, it's Herbert Hoover in 1929. Herbert Hoover, 1929.
Really?
Yeah, see, you learn something. See, you typically, David, you're right all along, except for this one moment where it's not that you weren't right. You just made the wrong choice. How did that really just sounded awful. You're always right to me all along. How's that, David?
I'm ashamed, Drew.
Sorry, it's been that kind of morning. Thank you. You made me laugh. That was great. Please don't be ashamed, David. You are, you're awesome. Can you stay there, David?
Yeah, thanks, Drew.
Oh gosh, wait. Now he sounds depressed. Oh, come on. David, you're messing with me now, right?
I need the federal government to build my self-esteem.
No, you don't. Now I know you're playing with me, see? All right, that was good stuff.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, This is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. The statewide eviction and mortgage foreclosure moratorium is over, but you still have an option. The CDC put out an order that provides federal eviction relief. The order expires on December 31st. To find more information and a link to a statement form to fill out, head to the Wink News app. Lee Health is stopping merit-based pay increases for healthcare workers. The hospital system says it lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, and they're making temporary changes to offset the financial hurdles. A man wanted for crimes he's committed in Puerto Rico found in Collier County. Luis Ortiz Rodriguez is accused of killing a man on the island 2 years ago. Thanks to a tip, FDLE agents were able to find him and arrest him. Lee County deputies arrested James Lee Sinatus for a deadly shooting in Lehigh Acres. Investigators say he killed a man along Irene Avenue South and 23rd Street Southwest back in June. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Sinatus goes by Demon and he was arrested in Miami. He now faces second-degree murder charges. The Marco Island and Naples Police Department have seen an uptick in job applicants lately. That's different from many parts of the country where protests and calls for police reform have prevented agencies from bringing in new recruits. Naples police say our beaches and our way of life down here are still pretty big draws. FGCU says it's thinking about changing its spring semester schedule. That could mean spring break is canceled. This comes after FSU announced it's canceling their spring break and they'll instead end their semester a week earlier. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
I-75 is still backed up for 5 miles heading southbound from a crash at mile marker 120. This is south of Corkscrew to Bonita Beach Road. 41 or 3 Oaks, definitely quicker options. And traffic slowing coming out of Lehigh Acres on that Daniels extension heading towards the interstate for almost about a mile. And same deal on Colonial Boulevard heading towards I-75 from Lehigh. A little faster option if you take MLK Boulevard to the interstate. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a few spotty showers are possible across parts of the area, but widespread rain not expected. Much cooler, drier, at least compared to average, with highs reaching the mid-80s. Lower humidity temporarily for you Friday, but still could see a few areas of rain. Temperatures in the lower to middle 80s, and then scattered showers and storms possible as we hit the weekend and all the way into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and have I told you about Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting? I know I have because, well, number one, I've used them on multiple occasions. I've had a few moves lately, and each and every time had them at my home. They're fantastic. I love the staff. They are the highest reviewed contractors for what they do, maintaining 4.9 to 5 stars. But here's another thing to consider. What about a kitchen, a bath, an entire home that you want remodeled? They have teams and resources ready right now to walk you through the process so they can turn your dreams into reality. I should know because they did exactly that for me and my wife. I could not be happier. The communication, the friendliness of the staff, the fact that they've been around since 2001, and the difference that they can make, whether it is something like painting a bathroom and especially kitchen and bath remodels. So call them today, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting, 239-431-2781, and find out what they can do for you and the incredible work that they do for yourself. 239-431-2781 for Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
Do you ever wonder if you could be getting more from your Medicare plan? For years, I paid too much for Medicare without receiving many of the benefits I have now. eHealth changed that by helping me shop and compare plans in my area to find the one that fits my needs. They made it possible for me to get more benefits for less money, which helped me save extra cash each month. Don't miss out on all the extras you could possibly have, such as dental care, eyeglasses, home-delivered meals, hearing aids, and so much more. Contact eHealth, an independent insurance agency, to see if they can do the same for you. Whether you're already on Medicare or it's your first time, get the professional help you need. Call eHealth for a free no-obligation plan review at 1-800-319-1899. Call today, 1-800-319-1899, to speak with a licensed insurance agent.
Calls are connected to eHealth Insurance Services, a licensed insurance agency offering plans for many insurance companies. This ad solicits insurance prospects for eHealth. eHealth has no Medicare or any other government agency affiliation. Benefits and coverage not available in all areas.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Oh, I didn't see you standing there. Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So nice to see you. If you're wondering how that's possible, I could see you there on YouTube, streaming live each and every day. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. Just go to YouTube and you type in Drew Steele Radio. I don't really see you. You see me. It's not creepy. But there we are. You're looking at me, and we are doing this broadcast. So we are so happy about that. We've got a lot going on this morning. We're going to get to the latest from Joe Biden. Joe Biden in a train. There's a train along with Joe Biden. That's not the kind of thing you would imagine, but we'll get to that in just a second. Also, we're going to get more into this article from Wink News that I wonder how you feel about this, because I want to hear from you. According to Wink, polls show Florida senior support for Trump in flux. President's campaign not worried. Really? Is there flux right now among you Florida seniors? If you are a Florida senior, would you mind maybe picking up the phone right now and giving me a call, 239-479-5592? I might challenge that. I'm just asking, are you in flux? Not like a capacitor. You know what a flux capacitor is, right, Jake? When I say flux capacitor, the first thing you think of is what?
Time travel.
Time travel, that's right. Something that you would like to be doing, and flux capacitor comes from... Where does it come from? From where?
Neighbor. What's that movie called, man? That guy with Michael Fox.
Yes, Michael J. Fox was in a movie called
Back to the Future.
That's it. See, look, it's amazing how after you wake up and you get here after a couple of hours, you're coherent.
It only takes about 2.5 hours.
That's it, buddy. That's all. It's weird. All right. Anyway. So if you're a senior, I'd love to hear from you and see if this is correct. There's a lot here. There's a lot of debating, and there is a lot of duking going on between, members of the media and you and what we're supposed to believe and what we're not supposed to believe. For example, Joe Biden and some of the things he said during the debate. Bongino.com, our friend Matt Palumbo, who is famous for debunking things. Joe Biden's top 6 lies from the first debate. Really? Joe Biden lied at the first debate? Yeah, actually, in between all of you in the mainstream media screaming about the president and white supremacy and everything, if you just take a hush for a second and actually realize what was discussed, you might actually have a journalistic moment where you could look and say, wait, hold on a second. Joe Biden said we left Trump with a booming economy. He caused the recession, really? Growth was below 2% in 2016. That's hardly a booming economy you're handing somebody. He caused the recession when every single other country is also suffering economic devastation from the coronavirus, but you keep going there. The Green New Deal, how he said, listen, I don't support the Green New Deal. I support the Biden plan I put forward, which is different than what Trump calls the Green New Deal. No, on your website, it says you support the Green New Deal. You got to make up your mind, Joe. Joe Biden says his own former spokesperson said, riots, chaos, and violence help us, and violence helps his cause. That's what this is all about. That's what Joe Biden said about Kellyanne Conway. But if you actually listen to the audio of what she was talking about, on Fox and Friends. She said, the more chaos and anarchy and vandalism and violence reigns, the better it is for the very clear choice of who's best on public safety and law and order. And that would be, you Republicans, conservatives, the non-liberal progressive Democrats that are out there. But we can dismiss the lies. Biden defends Amy Coney Barrett's position on constitutionality of Obamacare, where Biden said Amy Coney Barrett, thinks that the Affordable Care Act is not constitutional. There's no record of her ever saying she thinks Obamacare is unconstitutional. None, zero. But you can make that up and let it go because Chris Wallace is too busy arguing with Donald Trump to stop interrupting Joe Biden when it was Joe Biden who started all the disruption. Yeah, if you actually watch the tape, you'll see it's funny how, and I brought this up earlier in the morning, and it was kind of a pretty a cogent point that I made, to be quite honest with you. And sometimes that happens for you liberals that watch and listen. You might want to take a note of this. It's funny how when you have a sports team, or in sports, like let's say the NFL, if you're still watching, that when you have a play and it's disputed on the field, you do a replay. You do the replay so that you could say, you know what, the snap judgment of this one official, maybe we should check it out because oftentimes they get it wrong. And you do a replay to check it out. Well, on the replay of the debate, you actually come to find out that it was Joe Biden who, at the beginning of the debate, started going after Donald Trump. It wasn't Donald Trump who started the trouble. Joe Biden started the trouble. Hey, go back and check the tape. All right, before we go to calls, all you seniors out there who have clearly flipped your allegiance, your vote, your support for the president, however you want to put it, we'll get to your calls and see what happened. I just needed to take a break here. Just need my morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. And here comes the train that he tried to make sure didn't continue to run. No, that's the commuter. All right. No, that's what. But folks, look.
Joe Biden makes a campaign stop in Ohio. There's a train behind him because he's on a train. Joe takes the train all the time. And Joe gets off the train to talk to the legions, a couple of people that showed up. And there's a train coming down. And in Joe Biden fashion, he's like, oh, there's one of those trains that Donald Trump tried to shut down. And it's like, and then the train is beeping. And he's like, hey, are you going to get tough with the train too, Joe? Is that what you're going to do? Maybe it was a Trump train. Possible. I mean, you never know. All right, so there's Joe not getting hit by the Trump train, which is good. We wouldn't want to see that. All right, let's see. Let's go down the line here. We got Craig in Naples. Craig is 70 years old. Craig, that you're considered a senior, I would assume, at 70. Although we have debated this morning, is 70 the new 50 or is 70 the new 40? Or how does that work? Haven't people said that to you? Oh, come on, Craig, 70 is the new something.
Well, according to my wife, Drew, my 70 is actually, in her eyes, 12 years old, But that's just the wife.
Okay. So you've never grown up, Craig. That's the problem. Come on now.
I try not to. But yeah, 70 for me is 50, is 40.
All right.
I'm not going to say I look it, but I sure feel it.
All right, well, good for you. All right, so Wink had this story there. The Quinnipiac poll saying you're all losing your grip here, or the president's losing his grip on you guys. You're in flux. Are you in flux?
No, my poly grip is working fine. Listen, my only concern about the president, my only thing that I'm sad about President Trump is the fact he can only serve one more term. I'm serious. I'm really serious.
All right.
When I say that, that's my only that's my only drawback. He did a great job the other night, and Biden he got baited by Biden. The old political thing. If Biden spoke first, he said out a lie. Trump had to fight the lie for 2 minutes and couldn't tell what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how politicians are.
Yeah, it felt that.
And if you play if you play the tape back the next day, which I did, I watched it twice.
Yeah.
The second time around, it made total sense. Trump made Biden admit to everything.
Yep, it's the replay. I'm telling you, it's the replay. Alan's in Cape Coral. Alan, you are a senior.
Yep, 81.
81. All right, Alan. Well, tell me, is your support for the president wavering? Are you in flux? Where are you right now, Alan?
Yeah. Both my wife and I wavered yesterday, and we marked our ballots for Trump, and we're going to take them and mail them in today.
Oh, all right. So wait. Are you're being facetious? Is that it? You never wavered? Yeah. Is that the suggestion? You're just fine.
We just fine.
Yeah. Well, according to Quinnipiac and CBS News, you're wavering. You've got some issues there, Alan. Come on now. You should realize what the pollsters say about you.
I know. I might find myself standing on a stage and couldn't think of what to say.
You guys are awesome. 239-479-5592. I love the audience this morning. All right. Ralph's in Naples. He's 73 years of age, which is actually really, how old are you, Ralph?
I'll be 73 October the 12th.
Okay, but you're new because you're 73 is like the new 43. So we're going with 43 today.
I'm a baby. That's right.
That's right.
Still working.
All right. So are you in flux? You in flux, Ralph?
Never flux. I didn't even know what the heck the word means, but I don't know where these people get their information. I've never been called for one of these surveys.
Yeah, you ever wonder about that? Yeah, what's going on, Ralph? How come nobody ever calls you? How come when everybody talks about these pollsters, I never get a call? Do you get calls? Who gets calls?
I never got a call. It's like, what am I, on another planet or something? This is crazy.
Ralph.
Trump, all the way. I'm a veteran and, still working. I love the Lord, and Trump is my man.
All right, Ralph. Well, we appreciate your call anytime. All right, Ann's in Cape Coral. And apparently you are in flux as a senior. Are you fluxing? Are you fluxed? What are you?
Never have been fluxed, and I don't think that debate changed anyone's mind. It just made us all mad because it was so one-sided. I really think they should have take them to Madison Square Gardens next time, give them both boxing gloves, and let Chris Wallace be the referee if he can, and maybe we can get something done.
Dun 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 dun. That's what you want to see. Gloves? Is that it? You want to see?
That's right. Put on the gloves and let's go.
Yeah. Well, isn't that Joe Biden? Joe Biden's always challenging somebody to a push-up contest or some kind of contest of some.
That's right. Put on the gloves.
Yeah, come on, Joe.
No, I haven't changed my mind. The debate didn't change my mind. It just made me mad because Chris Wallace was so one-sided with it. I thought that was quite unfair. The first question out of his mouth was about the tax return, which we knew was going to come. They were just trying to get him mad and riled up. Doesn't take much.
Yeah. All right, Ann and Joe. Joe Biden checking in with us.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, come on.
Come on. Okay. Thank you, Ann. All right, there goes Ann. I'm looking for your calls this morning, 239-479-5592. Come on, seniors, you're all flummoxed. The story in Wink News, it says polls show Florida senior support for Trump in flux. You're all in flux, every single one of you. That's what we're being told. All right, Barry's in Fort Myers before we go to break. We got a lot of folks calling. Jeff and Paul and Dave, stay on the line. We'll get to your calls coming up. And Barry has this to say.
Hey, Drew, how are you, buddy?
I'm fantastic.
Hey, this flux is a crock, okay?
The flux is a crock.
Two things. I worked for Trump. I'm a contractor. I worked for Trump in California. Yes, he can be arrogant, but great guy. I'm a 1,000% Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Number two, I got a question for you on Fox.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I'm in my office, and I'm watching Fox News, and you got I tried getting the guy's name there. His first name was Mark. He's a big shot radio conservative host in Columbus, Ohio. And the Fox commentator was asking him. He says, "Hey, we're seeing these polls that are showing Biden way ahead." And the guy and he said, "I don't know where this garbage is coming from." He said, "Everybody here that I know that calls into my radio station, that calls in to all the radio stations here, they are 100% Trump supporters." He says, but a lot of them are the silent majority. And or silent minority, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But the Fox guy said, he goes, "You really believe that? You really believe there's people out there that don't want to support Trump, or do support Trump, but just don't want to say it?" And the guy was flabbergasted. He goes, "I can't believe you're actually asking me that question." Because, I travel in a lot of different circles as a contractor, fisherman, diver, everything. And I know, there's maybe 5% that I know that do not support Trump. So where these crazy polls are coming from is beyond me.
Yeah. Well, listen, Barry, I appreciate your perspective. I didn't see that segment, but that will be the tail of the tape, as Ann would say. Dun, 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 dun. I thought you'd have that ready for me, Jake. I thought you were ready for Jake doesn't. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You don't know what that is?
That's the Rocky music that you were playing.
Okay, so you know what I was talking about. I thought that I was doing a very good impersonation of the Rocky music. Dun, 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 dun. That doesn't sound like the Rocky song?
That was pretty, yeah, that was it.
Right.
Spot on.
Spot on is right. Okay. 239-479-5592. We're going to get to your calls, a ton of them. When we come back, a couple of things that are going on. Number one, Dan Bongino brought up something really important yesterday. He was talking about spot on, and I'm going to describe what he described yesterday because I think you need to hear this about really what happened with the debate and what's going on with the strategy here of the president. Is the strategy to get the base, cement the base? Well, why? That's not typically how you do it. You got to go for undecided. You got to go for independents. Not so fast. I'll give you the details on that coming up. And please, will you do me a favor? We would love for you to be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance each and every Friday right after the program at 9 a.m. And it's real simple. All you have to do is text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. You text the letters, and then you'll get a link to our Zoom meeting, a Pledge of Allegiance. We do it together. It's real quick, just a small portion of your day. It's incredibly moving, and it's fantastic to see everybody. We all get together. So just text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592 and be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll get back to your calls coming up. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash at mile marker 120 heading southbound finally cleared off I-75. So traffic is working its way back up to speed. Just a little slowdown as you are heading southbound near Corkscrew Road. We look great, though, on Three Oaks as well as 41 heading southbound if you want to take those alternates. On Corkscrew Road, still seeing a delay westbound towards I-75 and slow traffic on the Daniels extension heading towards Gateway Boulevard. Commuters coming out of the Cape, avoid that midpoint bridge. We are slammed heading into Fort Myers. But we look great on the Cape Coral Bridge. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, temperatures still a notch below average in the mid-80s. Clouds and sunshine with the chance for some hit-or-miss spotty showers, especially this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. News and smart views.
This is a scam by the Democrat.
Trump versus Biden, round one, is set for Tuesday.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden, round one, only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. Now my home's weathertight and beautifully resilient.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Whenever I hear of an injured person hiring such and such a lawyer, I wonder, why'd they choose that law firm? Did they see the lawyer on a big billboard, a radio ad, or maybe an advertisement on television or the back of a bus? Maybe they just Googled it and clicked the first name that showed up. And then almost all the time, I worry. I worry if they know what that lawyer is really all about. Do they know when the last time that lawyer tried a personal injury case, or maybe if they ever even did? Does the lawyer have the resources to get the most for the client, or does the lawyer need the money more than the client does? And you'd be surprised to hear how many do. Here's my advice. Do your research. Results matter. Reputation matters. As the largest personal injury firm in America, there's really nothing like us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples. Hello, I'm Dr. D'Amico. When going to the dentist, I know you have a lot of choices, but I would like to invite you to my office. We do cleanings and fillings, plus crowns, dentures, and implants, all in one location. So call me, Dr. D'Amico, for our new patient specials, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. Do you need a denture? Well, I have a denture lab on site, which means that you can have a new denture in just a few days. If you go anywhere else, it will take a few months. That's right, a few months to get your new denture. Do you need dental implants? If you need one implant or a full mouth of implants, don't just go to any dentist. Have your implants done by somebody who performs implant surgery every day. Do you already have an estimate for needed dental work? Don't have your dental work done without a second opinion, especially implant treatment. So call and ask for our radio specials for new patient exam, dentures, and especially implants. Don't regret not getting a second opinion. Call me, Dr. D'Amico. I want to help. 234-5284. That's 234-5284. License DN 15639.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News getting some texts. This is an interesting one. Talking about the Week News article that says polls show Florida senior support of Trump in flux. So I'm asking you seniors to call and tell me, are you in flux? Is that happening? And somebody texted, no, Wink News report was a typo. It's not that senior support of Trump is in flux, rather seniors support Trump in flux. That's funny. Clever.
Was it really a typo?
No, it's a joke. I have to explain. All right, Paul's in McGregor, on McGregor. Get off of McGregor. It's a busy road. Get back, get to the sidewalk, Paul. Paul, are you flummoxed? Are you in flux? What are you, Paul?
Oh, I'm flummoxed by them saying that we're in flux. This whole thing in Iona McGregor area of Trump County, everybody I've talked to thinks that this is just more of the crazy mainstream media trickling down into our local demographic, which is Wink News.
Well,
I've been watching them since the peak in March, and the data that they've dribbled out, and it's so far off base of what the real data is.
Well, listen, we've got to hold the line there. Stay there, Paul. We got to run. We got to go to break. I hear the music. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to your calls. Coming up, top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. Also coming up. Stay there. We'll be right back. Stay break.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here, and hurricane season, you know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469. For Generator Supercenter.
Tee off and swing into sizzling savings at Coral Oaks Golf Course at Cape Coral. Play 18 holes with cart for just $30 every day after noon through October. Also, sign up now for the Storm Smart Cape Coral City Championship and Roger Dean Chevrolet Pro-Am coming the weekend of October 16th. Get tournament details and book tee times up to 7 days in advance at CoralOaksGolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, clearly the right choice.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. The statewide eviction and mortgage foreclosure moratorium is over, but you still have an option. The CDC put out an order that provides federal eviction relief. The order expires on December 31st. To find more information and a link to a statement form to fill out, head to the Wink News app. Lee Health is stopping merit-based pay increases for healthcare workers. The hospital system says it lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, and they're making temporary changes to offset the financial hurdles. A man wanted for crimes he's committed in Puerto Rico found in Collier County. Luis Ortiz Rodriguez is accused of killing a man on the island 2 years ago. Thanks to a tip, FDLE agents were able to find him and arrest him. Lee County deputies arrested James Lee Sinaitis for a deadly shooting in Lehigh Acres. Investigators say he killed a man along Irene Avenue South and 23rd Street Southwest back in June. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Sinaitis goes by Demon and he was arrested in Miami. He now faces second-degree murder charges. The Marco Island and Naples Police Department have seen an uptick in job applicants lately. That's different from many parts of the country where protests and calls for police reform have prevented agencies from bringing in new recruits. Naples police say our beaches and our way of life down here are still pretty big draws. FGCU says it's thinking about changing its spring semester schedule. That could mean spring break is canceled. This comes after FSU announced it's canceling their spring break and they'll instead end their semester a week earlier. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
The crash at mile marker 120 heading southbound finally cleared off I-75. So traffic is working its way back up to speed. Just a little slowdown as you are heading southbound near Corkscrew Road. We look great, though, on Three Oaks as well as 41 heading southbound if you want to take those alternates. On Corkscrew Road, still seeing a delay westbound towards I-75 and slow traffic on the Daniels extension heading towards Gateway Boulevard. Commuters coming out of the Cape, avoid that midpoint bridge. We are slammed heading into Fort Myers, but we look great on the Cape Coral Bridge. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a few spotty showers are possible across parts of the area, but widespread rain not expected. Notch cooler, drier, at least compared to average, with highs reaching the mid-80s. Lower humidity temporarily for you Friday, but still could see a few areas of rain. Temperatures in the lower to mid-80s, and then scattered showers and storms possible as we hit the weekend and all the way into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full at the bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America, and most importantly, vote. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. We appreciate your subscription. Subscribe. It's free. You just go there and you click on subscribe, and it's like, there you go. And now you get an alert. You get to see our face. You get to see Jake looking longingly at the TV there in front of him as he's trying to figure out what in the world they're talking about, trying to match some of the voices with the... In your head, when you watch the TV and you're watching the voices and you've got the volume down, do you like put your own voice in your head in their place? Like, I wonder what they would sound like if the anchor at CBS News was like, "Hello, everybody. My name is Bob." Like that. Is that what you're doing?
Oh, Drew.
I've got you pegged, don't I? All right, there's another question there. We're going to get to your calls coming up. I am told here is a Wink News article. It says, polls show Florida senior support of Trump in flux. New report from Quinny Piak shows President Trump losing his grip on seniors in the state, but another one from CBS News shows he still has a handle on the state. So are you in flux? I mean, if Wink says the support for Trump is in flux, that's what the story's all about. I'm just asking. If you're a senior, would you please call 239-479-5592? I want to see how fluxed you are, or flummoxed, or fluxed, or what it means to you. Also, please text the letters USA to 239-479-5592 so that we can send you the link to our Zoom meeting tomorrow after the show. We all do the Pledge of Allegiance together. Families getting together, young and old. It's fantastic to see you all there. And it's simple. We'll send you the link. Just text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592. And you'll get the link. We'll do it together, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. Mr. Comey, with all due respect, you don't seem to know anything about an investigation that you ran. So how can you now, as a private citizen and former FBI director, show up and then speculate freely regarding any alleged ties between President Putin and President Trump?
Let me tell you something. Mike Lee yesterday, Senator Mike Lee, was hot yesterday on Capitol Hill, the grilling of James Comey and James Comey doing what James Comey does. It's like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. The whole thing that was going, it's you guys. I'm perfect. You all are just a hot mess. And he was angry going after, and coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk more in detail about the testimony of James Comey and what is going on in light of some of the new revelations that are out there about what is happening with Spygate and how it isn't getting better for the Spygatees or Spygaters or however you want to put it. I'm sure we're going to have more drip info coming out soon.
Number 4. Here in Florida, it's an entirely different world where I am. And the Trump campaign, Trump is trying to sell this narrative. We saw him do it last night at the debate, saying that Joe Biden is a socialist and a communist sympathizer, and that voting for Joe Biden will turn America into Cuba. Now, you've served with Joe Biden for decades. You know the guy. You call yourself a democratic socialist. So my question to you is Joe Biden a socialist? Is Joe Biden a communist sympathizer?
No, of course he's not, nor am I, nor anybody I know.
Excuse me? Yeah, that's Ana Navarro. Sometimes we're supposed to believe Republican, whatever, on The View, asking Bernie Sanders, is Joe Biden, is he a socialist, a communist sympathizer? And are you? And Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is like, no, Joe Biden isn't. I don't know anybody who is. How about you, Bernie? Really, do we need to go? Just stay tuned. We'll go through the ways. It's The View. You know it's going to be ridiculous. Okay.
Number 3.
And here comes the train that he tried to make sure didn't continue to run. No, that's the commuter. All right. No, that's what. But folks, look.
As Joe Biden stops for a campaign stop off a train in Ohio, there's a train passing by and try to spontaneously be funny humor, saying, "Oh, there's a train that Donald Trump was trying to stop. A train that he was trying to, Hey, come on, man! Why do you got a train? Come on, man!
Come on, man! Come on,
man! Why we got a train coming?" Joe Biden's a hot mess.
Number 2.
Chris, I'm glad you take tips on insults from other folks.
Really? Look, am I insulting you, sir?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you are, and you're enjoying it. That's
I am
fine.
not enjoying it at all. Chris, I'm not enjoying anything about this except having an opportunity for you to say the right thing at the right time.
Chris, there was a time when CNN actually cared about being journalistic and talking about facts. Donald Trump broke you guys.
There's Ted Cruz on with Fredo yesterday. They want to talk to Ted Cruz about, the fact that the president's a white supremacist or believes in white supremacy or supports whites, or he's a racist, whatever you want to go. And Ted Cruz is like, man, Donald Trump has broke you. Do you even know how to spell journalism there?
Number 1.
He said sure 3 times. He has done it in the past multiple times. I don't know how many ways you want him to say it and how many times you want him to say it. Do you have any idea, John, what an exalted cyclops of the KKK is? Because Joe Biden sure does. He spoke at a funeral for one and praised him profusely. Any idea who George Wallace is? Joe Biden sure does. Yeah. He thanked the person who gave him the award for George Wallace's name. Any idea what a racial jungle is? It's what Joe Biden doesn't want his kids to grow up in. Joe Biden's record on race is absolutely disgusting.
There's Hogan Gidley, who was on this show just a few days ago. There he was on CNN with the host there going, wait a minute, you want to talk about racists in America? You want to talk about white supremacy supporters? Do you know Joe Biden's record here? Let me lay it out. And then the host there at CNN's like, hey, can you just shut his mic?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
That's what we get, everybody. That's what it is. Like The View, where Ana Navarro's saying, Joe Biden's not, doesn't support communists or socialists, right?
You call yourself a democratic socialist. So my question to you is Joe Biden a socialist? Is Joe Biden a communist sympathizer?
No, of course he's not, nor am I, nor anybody I know.
Yeah, nobody is. Nobody's a communist sympathizer. He doesn't. You can't even give me one example of Bernie Sanders, for example, being a communist sympathizer in any way.
Back in the 1980s, Sanders had some positive things to say about the former Soviet Union and the Sandinistas in Nicaragua.
And everybody was totally convinced.
Here he is explaining why the Cuban people didn't rise up and help the U.S. overthrow Cuban leader Fidel Castro.
He educated the kids, gave them health care, totally transformed the society.
We're very opposed to the authoritarian nature of Cuba. But it's unfair to simply say everything is bad.
Oh, yeah, I guess he has said it a couple of times in the past, and that was the last part of that interview was just recently. Not all bad. But he's a Democrat socialist, everybody. which is really cool because you get to vote for the people that are going to steal your liberties and freedom. Isn't that fun? Isn't it fun to have the idea that you will vote for somebody? I want that guy to take away my liberties, my freedom, my economic prospects, any chance of success. No, I don't get to do that. I get to stay in this community and never get a chance to leave, but I get to depend on the government to keep me going. That's good. All right. Text the letters USA to 239-479-5592 so you can be part of our Zoom meeting, Pledge of Allegiance. It's great. We have a lot of fun. It is emotional, and it's just supportive of those who made the ultimate sacrifice and continue to do that and are willing to do that for this country, and the pledge is special. All right, we've got to go to the phones because a lot of people are calling on this Wink News article. Here it is. Polls show Florida seniors support of Trump in flux. President's campaign not worried. Really, I don't know. I'm asking you, seniors. Please call right now. 239-479-5592. All right, everybody's in flux. Let's see. We got, your name is Spots in Naples? Your name is Spots?
Spots, that's me.
All right, Spots. I like that. I don't even want to ask. I don't want to know how you got the name Spots, but I'm going with it. So are you...
Sorry, my real name's Ralph. I'm Italian.
I like
the name Spots.
I like Spots.
Anyway,
I like that.
Long-time listener. You guys do a great show. I love your show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anyway, don't worry about the election. It's over. My son's pretty sharp. He predicted Trump was going to win the election a year ahead of last time they came out. He's very sharp. He's on top of it. He lives in Canada, and he said it's all over. It'll be a landslide. Trumpy has the votes right now. Anyway, he's also... I'm from Delaware. I've known Joe Biden for over 45 years. He's an idiot. Anybody that knows him knows the guy. He was obnoxious. He always has been. And I feel sorry for him right now. I think he has some medical problems. But I know the guy. He's never done a damn thing for the state of Delaware, believe me. Anybody that knows the guy's not wild about him.
Yeah.
Anyway, my son also heard about a franchisee with Wendy's who donated $500,000 to the Trump campaign. So my son's name's Ralphie, too.
Yeah.
He goes to Wendy's every single day. He's going to go every single day. He's got 123 days straight now and buy something in support of Wendy's supporting Trump.
Yeah, you're going to have to do... I was just going to say, Spots, you're going to have to do that because there are going to be a lot of... You may not want to tell who that franchisee is in Canada because you know how crazy the left gets. By the way, if you can't trust somebody named Spots, who can you trust? He knows it. His son knows. So I'm just asking you, 239-479-5592. Tell me. Come on now. We got Kevin's in Fort Myers. Kevin's a senior. Kevin, I am told that you are in flux when it comes to Trump. Are you in flux? Are you?
No, not at all. In fact, that whole article has got to be an absolute farce. Those of us who believe in Social Security and actually tap into Social Security know that Trump is doing what he can to hang on to Social Security as opposed to what Biden has done in the past, which has done everything to tax it. So, no, we're in full support of Donald J. Trump.
Well, I'm looking, and the article says the major concern among older voters here in Florida is the way the president handled the pandemic. Some seniors say he left them vulnerable to the virus by not taking action sooner. Really? Do you think that's the case?
No, not at all. In fact, remember, too, that the local governors took over the pandemic efforts. And what he did early on to shut down travel and, basically, I think, saved a ton of lives.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the call. He was saying some more there. Kevin in Fort Myers, who is a senior, looking to hear from you seniors to see whether or not you are in flux when it comes to the president. I'm trying to see some of because wasn't the conversation with Ted Cruz and Fredo yesterday on CNN that was brought up as well, right? The issue of the pandemic and the issue of whether or not the president kept us safe. I'm trying to think of where that was. Not taking action sooner. I wish I had that audio. I don't, but. Trust me when I tell you, it was quite the heated exchange back and forth with Fredo, and he was losing it. That's for sure. some of the other audio that is out there. By the way, for those on all the major media outlets that want to go crazy about the president not condemning white supremacy, really? Do I need to play years and years of the president saying it over and over again?
Well, we may be a nation divided on policies. We are a country that stands united in condemning hate and evil in all of its very ugly forms. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. As I said on Saturday, we condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
Yeah, that was 2017 and 2019. I don't know how many more times he has to say it, but he hasn't said it enough. Keep everybody on their heels. You got to have the president continuing to say it. You got to keep questioning him as if he's never said it before. You people are. Hey, let's go to some calls here. Jerry's in Cape Coral. Jerry is one of the seniors that are in flux right now, voting for the president of the United States. Well, what's going on, Jerry? Why are you in flux?
I'm not in flux. I was calling about influx. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, don't.
I am not in flux. In fact, I'm so not in flux. I got a 4-foot by 8-foot Trump sign on my property, highly traveled in Cape Coral. And it says, Trump Pence, make America great. And I have a flag also. So
oh boy.
I am not in flux, and I'm 66 years old.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you need to check yourself again, because apparently, according to everybody in the media, you are in flux. Quinnipiac says you're in flux. CBS News says you're in flux. You're in flux, Jerry. Stop it. You're in denial. He's in denial with that big, giant, what was it? How big was it in front of his yard that says Trump Pence? Rosa is in L.A. Good morning.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I don't even know what flux is, but my feeling is I'm a Trump supporter. I might not like his, how would you say, mannerisms, but he's grown to be a true president. He cares about the people of the United States. He's an American. I come from Cuba. I came when I was 4.5. before the revolution over there, and we ended up staying here. The United States took us in, and people need to understand that fear comes before taking over, and all they want to do is control us, and I'm definitely a senior that's not for the other side. I am for freedom, and people here need to understand that they will not have freedom, that Biden isn't the one that's going to be running the country. It's the people that surround him.
Well, God bless you for that, Rosa, and I'm glad to hear your story, and thank you for the call. I appreciate it. 239-479-5592. Listen, before we go quickly, Dan Bongino brought this up, and it's very important that you know what people are missing, and he made such a fantastic point yesterday. President's going for the base, everybody. This is a new day and a new age. It's not about undecideds. It's not about the independents. Everybody knows who they're voting for. They already know. Nobody is changing their minds. But if you bring out the base and the president doing everything in that debate to convince the base to support him in a strong way, that if you get 100% of the base and just get a small portion of the undecideds, you win this thing. Joe Biden showed in the debate that you can't even trust him on the Green New Deal. And if you are somebody who is going out and supporting Joe Biden, and then he says, I'm not in support of the Green New Deal, and you hear that, you may not go out and vote. If you don't get your base, you're going to lose. And Joe Biden's not going to get his base because he's so confused about what he's supposed to say because he doesn't know. It's a pretty important point. All right, let's go, Jake. We got to go. Let's find out what's happening right now. Do we have time? Are you okay? All right. Jake says, Matt Devitt's standing there. We got time for Matt. All right, so Matt Devitt's going to give us the remainder of the forecast for today.
For today, temperatures still